Hi, this is my sister Raquel, and we try to do like a dinner, lunch, something once per month.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's gonna make one of her favorite dishes, which is
Flautas, and I also started doing a black bean charro soup. Just pretty simple, easy meal to make during the week. So
yeah, and frijoles charros or charro beans are usually pinto beans, but she's made a different variation, so we're gonna make that. So enjoy.
So I'm gonna start off by getting my chicken. I'm making chicken flautas, and I'm going to start off by putting the chicken in the water that I already have boiling, and it has onion powder, or you can put raw onion in it. I also have 3 garlic cloves, and you can just leave them whole like that. You don't have to chop them. I also have a couple bay leaves, olive oil, and salt. So just try to season the water up, and I leave the fat on the chicken because I just think it adds more flavor. So
yeah.
Yep.
And then the recipe and the specific amounts of all the ingredients will be in the description of the video.
So you put the ingredients
yes, hold on.
Sorry.
We also have my friend Kim here, who will remain off camera because that's her choice. But she is a novice cook, and so she's going to be our our voice asking questions to help us, if you're missing something. So, what was your question, Kim?
I've never heard of anybody seasoning water.
Yes, seasoning the water, actually. So whatever you put, think of steeping tea, right? The tea leaves soak in the water, and so that's what gives the water flavor.
Okay.
And so when you put ingredients in water, it'll help to flavor whatever it is you're putting in. Like you're steeping whatever's in there, and steeping just is soaking in all that flavor. So.
Okay.
like adding salt to pasta and the oil, adding just like what she said, adding the salt and the chicken will absorb all that flavor, and yeah.
Where'd y'all learn that from? Like,
Okay.
Cooking shows.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, so, and in my
family.
Yeah, so in my, video leading up to this, my promotion video for it, I talked about how music and cooking was always so much a part of my family. And so there's that portion of seeing my family do what they do, right? But then also too, we grew up watching all of the network shows as well. So, that helped it us also. So that's how we learned.
Yeah. We are what you'd call some home chefs.
All right.
Okay, so
And how long are we going to have the chicken boil for?
30 minutes. And so it's really a nice, easy, just like set it, forget it type of thing. You just put it in there. And also, this is the first step I do, as well as preheating the oven for 425, and I put a sheet pan of bacon in there because bacon is part of the black bean charro recipe.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay. So with flautas, you have toppings that go along with it. And so sour cream, what else?
sour cream, guacamole, and that's pretty much it. Keep it pretty simple. You can add some salsa on top if you want to, or cheese, but pretty traditional.
Yeah, and pico de gallo. And
Yes.
pico de gallo is tomato, onion, cilantro, and jalapeno. So I'm gonna start doing that portion while Raquel does. Did I say your name? I don't know. It's my sister Raquel.
Oh, in general, I don't know actually. No idea.
Anyway, so I'm gonna start making the pico de gallo while she does what she does.
Okay. Really, I'm going to. There's
something to do? Okay.
no making the pico de gallo. I can make the guacamole too.
Okay, so she's gonna make the
So-
guacamole, or you can make the pico de gallo if you want to.
Well, I need the pico de gallo for the guacamole because and one thing, she's making it. I buy it from the store pre-made.
Sometimes the store doesn't have it.
Sometimes the store doesn't have it though. So sometimes you have to make it yourself. You can add jalapenos to it, or you can keep them out if you can't do spice. So
that's a good point. Okay, yes. So with the jalapenos, if you cannot do it spicy, if you cannot eat spicy, You can take out the seeds, one, to make it not so spicy, or you could not have it at all, and it'll
And you
taste
can
just
replace
fine.
it with green peppers if you still want that green in there. You can replace it with green peppers, so that's a good replacement.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, how about you? We both chop something for the Pico de Gallo. Okay. I will chop the onion.
Cool. Chop the onion. There you go.
And
The knives are right back here.
actually, I can do this guy right here.
How do you know what kind of knife to use?
That's a good question. That's a Priscilla question.
Hold on, we gotta start behind it. Okay, so typically, right, the smaller, there's a paring knives, which let me get one for you. So a paring knife is usually used for something smaller. So like smaller work. So like if I'm gonna seed the jalapeno, you could do that with this. But typically like a bigger chop, right, you wanna use a larger knife. So this, because it's a larger item, you know, this surface area of the actual blade is not, you know, that's gonna be a lot of work. So you wanna use this knife, right, it has a bigger surface area to chop that. I don't know if that's, by the way, we're not experts. This is just to, you know, show the joy of what we like to do.
Home cooked tips.
But that's just my small understanding of it, so.
I just use the sharpest knife I have in the kitchen.
Sharp behind. Okay, and this will be the bowl for the pickle.
And this is all diced. I don't know if we said that. But
Nope, we didn't.
So we're just dicing. And yeah.
Oh, we don't need that. What am I doing? Oh, I forgot the tomato. Did we mention tomato?
I think so. So Pico de Gallo is tomato, cilantro, onion, jalapeno, lime, and tomato.
I think I need to watch this.
Okay.
Timer?
Oh, that's the timer for the bacon. So I'm gonna check that real quick, actually.
How long was the bacon in for?
So cook time is 20 minutes, but I check it at 18 just to kind of peek at it and make sure it's not. I don't want burnt bacon. So I like to check it at 18 minutes.
Okay.
May I borrow that napkin, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just gonna wipe my hands off here. Okay. So, what I like about this, oh, yep, they're done. Okay. What I like about this meal is that hot pan behind. What I like about this meal is that it's really easy. I mean, you're just prepping a few things, and it's a very relaxed. It's not a rushed meal. It's a very relaxed thing. You don't want to be rushing while you're doing it because you're dealing with, you know, hot water, hot oil, all that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of I like it to cook it in the summer, especially because you want to have like your windows open when you're cooking with this meal, probably, or something, some sort of fan or air going on.
Should I get a window or something open?
Sure. That's just what what I do at home. It's definitely, it gets hot. It gets very hot when you're cooking this one.
There you go.
And yeah, it's just a easy meal to make, and
Is it?
I think so.
Got a lot of pots.
It's a lot of steps, right? I don't know. It's
Not
easy.
really.
It's not hard.
Once you
It's
get your
prep work.
yeah, there's just prep. Once you get your chicken like boiling and stuff, and after after we make the pico de gallo and the guacamole, that's it until you're ready to make your flautas.
So you talking about a bean dish?
Yes. And this is like, I'm a semi homemade cook. So some stuff I make from scratch, and then others I have no issues about using canned vegetables, okay, for beans especially, because beans take a long time to cook. So I buy my beans, and everybody has their favorite brand. I have mine. I like to get the organic kind if I can. It's just my preference. But yeah, so it's a really simple dish. The bacon is the hardest part because you have to put it in the oven. So the onions here are spicy. Okay. Oh my.
Oh wow, it really did get you. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it actually got you.
Okay, well,
I don't even smell them.
I normally am not that. I'm normally not that affected by the onion, but that's all right. It's all part of cooking. I'm gonna go rinse my hands.
Okay. I'm just chopping up some tomato.
There's the onion. Do you think that's enough onion? I think that's probably plenty.
For the pickle?
Yeah. No?
Yeah, I think
More?
it's fine. No, because don't you need half for the... Don't you need onion for something else?
Nope.
Okay.
Just the pico de gallo and the guacamole.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
All right. So next I'm gonna just get the bacon off of this pan onto a plate on a paper towel so it starts to dry. And
Do you eat pickle, Kim? Are you gonna have something to go with that?
Yes, I love that.
Okay, so just make sure I have enough.
I eat it every day.
My mom is also here. She's in the background, so I'm gonna ask her. Mom, do you want pico de gallo? Not with jalapenos?
Well, if you take the seeds out, I guess I'll take it.
This is real family.
I like to eat while I cook sometimes, so I'm not gonna do that right now, but
I mean, I don't care if you
feel
eat while
free.
we're doing
Like,
this.
this guy is not. See, this is what I mean.
Showing that.
But that's how it's supposed to look. So if it looks like that, throw that one away.
People need to know.
They do. But it's because it doesn't always. That's how it goes.
yeah, it's
I'm
real
just saying
life.
that because that's real life. It doesn't always cook evenly, even though you have it on a baking sheet. So don't worry about that. Just throw it away.
Yep. It's just about the time. Oh, so it's a good segue. Because the whole point of this is just to show the joy of food, and if you learn something along the way, cool. But it's just showing, food that we enjoy. So, what does cooking together with your family or friends mean to you?
For me, it's just about the experience. I just enjoy being in their company and then eating together and enjoying a meal together that we prepared together or that I brought something to. Just kind of getting around, the table together, and it normally sparks some sort of conversation. So, I think that's just the experience of getting together, gathering, and enjoying good food. That's what it means to me.
So these tomatoes are really juicy. So I'm just making sure not to get a lot of the tomato juice because it's like a salad for the top of the flauta, so you don't want to make the flauta soggy. Flautas are a fried item, so just kind of a fresh thing on top.
Another tip for baking bacon in the oven is using foil to line your baking sheet because it's easy cleanup.
Or parchment paper,
Or
either one. cilantro. Let me just work out that part. I'm gonna wipe off my chops.
Okay.
Behind you.
Okay. And I'll put this onion right back over here. Do you want me to chop up some cilantro?
Yeah, I'm wiping. Are you sure you can?
Okay.
Okay.
Or,
Oh wait, I did the jalapeno. Yeah, chop up some cilantro.
okay. So this is some cilantro from my sister's cilantro plant outside. So that is super fun, but you can definitely find it at any grocery store.
Yeah, I grow a small amount of herbs, nothing a lot. But that bad boy made it through the winter, and it is a bush, so we gotta use it.
It smells really good.
And I learned that cilantro, liking it, is actually like in your DNA. So you may not like cilantro. You don't have to add it. This whole thing is really just what you like on top of it. So if you don't like cilantro, don't put cilantro in it. If you don't want jalapeno, don't put jalapeno in it. It's all up to you. You could just do the guac and sour cream.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, that's probably enough right there.
Mm-hmm.
So put that back. And like she said, as you can see, I'm not like,
This is all
I don't
about
have a method. I just
Right.
chop.
This
I just
is-
chop it and
Yeah. This is just home cooked stuff. It's not about like precise knife cuts or anything like that. It's just throwing it together. Oh, Kim. So this is a good example. This jalapeno, right? This no need for this large knife. So I'm going to use a paring knife, which is this guy, smaller. So whenever you're doing, because you're looking to me, tell me what I'm doing.
Yes, because she said something about the seeds.
Yes, I'm going to show you. So you cut off the top, right? Then you're going to keep your fingers tucked. You're going to go through half. And you can use a spoon to take out this whole center portion. So I'm going to go do that over the trash can.
okay.
And actually, sorry, I probably should show it on camera. So
This is done, so I'm going to move this out of the way here.
you can add it to the bowl if you want to.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Should I add all that onion? Right, because we're just gonna making
Yeah.
a mess. That's okay. Okay. Here we go. And then I'll mix it in. Okay.
Okay. So you can just put it here, right? You use the small portion of your knife. Not knife, spoon. This is a spoon, not a knife. Anyway, so just take out that center portion. Because the seeds are what hold the heat in peppers. So there's that. Mom, are you sure you'll be okay with the jalapeno? There's no seeds. It's all out. I like the flavor of the jalapeno in there. Oh, and then we gotta add some salt and pepper. But are you gonna add the salt and pepper once we do the avocado in there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do right now, because the chicken probably has about 10 minutes left or so, I'm gonna check it real quick.
So what are you checking?
Well, I didn't put my timer on.
So Kim, if you couldn't hear Kim, she asked, "What are you checking?"
Yeah, so if I forget to do that, you can see, you can do couple things. You can take the chicken out and cut it and check to see if it's cooked or not. And then if you forget to put your timer on. Otherwise, your timer should go off in 30 minutes and you'll know when your chicken is done. So you really, but if you forget to do that, this is a good tip. You can cut it in half, or you can see from the outside if you see any kind of like pinkish, you can kind of see through the skin. So that's just what I was doing right there, and I think it probably has about 10 minutes left. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer for 10 minutes.
And she's Stop me if I'm, but how did you tell that? You told that by the color of the chicken?
By the color of the chicken. So it should be white. And if you see any hints of pink, even pinking through the skin, then it needs more time. So
I don't think I'm going to add
If you cut it in half, if you see pink, it needs more time. If it's like consuming more than half of the chicken, I would probably say about 15 minutes more, but there's just kind of spots here, so yeah. So now that I've checked that though, I do know about how much time I have left. I'm gonna go ahead and start warming up my pan for oil for frying the flautas. So I'm gonna put it on about low, medium to low, and pour the oil in so it warms the olive oil up.
Oh yes, and she uses olive oil.
You can also use canola or vegetable oil, whatever your preference is.
Since you're if you want me to help with this.
That's the wrong one. You could chop up the bacon.
Okay. Just rough chop?
Just like, yeah, crumble it. I actually at home, I use my hands and I crumble
can do that.
it over, so.
I'll do that.
But you can chop it too, because it gets pretty messy, so.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Also, after chopping peppers peppers, you want to make sure to wash your hands and not touch your eyes because the spice, the oil in that will make your eyes burn. So.
Okay. I'm gonna just show this pan real quick, sis.
Okay.
Just to give an idea. So you want your oil to take not half of the pan, but maybe about just enough to
It's like
kind
a
of let
quarter
it.
inch
Yeah, it's
high.
like a 1/4 inch high. So and you can go a little higher if you want, but you don't want it completely soaking it, and you just want it nice and covering the pan. So
Yeah. You don't want the tortilla to be submerged fully, right?
right.
Okay.
And as the process goes on and you're frying, you'll need to add more oil because you'll start to notice the pan being exposed, and you don't want that either. You want there to be oil there for the tortilla to fry. The next thing I'm gonna just kind of prepare is these yellow corn tortillas, and I'm gonna wrap them up in a paper towel. And once the chicken is done and I have it shredded, I'm going to warm them up. But I'm just gonna wrap them up in a paper towel just to kind of get them ready to put in the microwave to warm up, to soften them up. The reason why you do this is because I'll just show you an example.
Here, I can move over.
That's okay. If you try to roll this, you can see it's cracking. It's gonna tear apart. So putting in the microwave for about a minute and letting them soften up is how you make them flexible enough to roll. You want to do it right before you're gonna get ready to start frying, because if you let them sit after being microwaved, they'll start to stick together. So just some tips there on your tortillas. Let's see here. I can stir this up, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a spoon?
Over in the drawer. Is this about how you like it? Or you want it a little bit
That's
more?
perfect.
Okay.
It's nice to have some.
So you like the different sizes?
Yeah,
of
with
the-
bacon, it's nice to have like the different chunks, and it's also just to get that flavor in there too. So you really just literally mix this together with a spoon.
And so do you add your salt in after the? I already asked that, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so.
So you add the
Add the
salt in
lime and the salt in
after. You put the
I put-
avocado.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because this is what I guess to clarify, when I make guacamole, I literally just, it's pretty much just pico de gallo and then your avocado. That's guacamole. So.
How do you know how to, like, I see that your avocado is 2 different colors.
Mhm.
Or no, is that a lime?
This is a lime, yes.
So I've heard that when you squeeze it, it's supposed to have a little bit of give.
Mhm.
How do you really know how to buy your avocado?
So, towards the edges, right? That's where you can, even with pears, kind of like anything that has a seed in the middle that's fleshy like this, if you touch the top of it, right? And it has a little bit of give. Like these are actually pretty ripe. But that's how you know. If you push on it, just, you don't push hard. If you press on it and it does not have any give to it, it's not ripe. And so that's how I do it, at least. If it wasn't ripe and you didn't have to use it right away, you could put it in a brown paper bag and let it sit, and it'll ripen. So.
And just fold them like this.
Oh, you do it dry. I don't know why I thought you were going to have water on it. I don't know why.
No, they'll. That's why I put the paper towel around it, just to keep the moisture in and soften them up. So let's see how much time we have left. We got like 3 minutes left on our chicken. I can start getting the beans ready. So I use just like a pot you would use for soup or anything like that. Get that warmed up. Once that's warm, we have a canned.
You snorted.
We have a can of diced tomatoes and green chilies here.
In all fairness, they are canned. It's canned.
Canned?
Which is why, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's a canned item. Okay. So these canned tomatoes and green chilies diced. So it's that and a can of, or canned black beans. Oh, that was aggressive.
Black beans here. So that's, and I'm gonna drain these a little bit, but I'm not draining the diced tomatoes and green chilies.
Okay.
What's up? Okay. Okay.
So aggressive.
So, and then the
Jar behind.
Woo. And then the bacon. You know what? I'm gonna add some onion today. That's what happens sometimes when I'm cooking too. I'll just decide. That's how this came about in the first place. Was I just decided I wanted something besides the normal.
Yeah, instinctive.
bacon. Yeah. So I'm gonna add some onion today to the cleaning. I'm gonna move this guy out of the way here. Just chop up some onion for the. You don't need a lot. That was a very uneven chop. That works. Okay.
So it's just a rough chop.
Yep, I just. Hey, not safe chopping here. Sorry, do it.
Okay, it's real life. Real life. It's a rough chop.
Yeah. Certainly not going any judging shows or anything like that. Judges. Judging show. Okay, I'm gonna put that
With the bacon.
So I just combined the bacon. Oh, chicken's done.
That's the chicken timer. It's done.
So, now I'm going to just take the chicken and get a strainer And
Would you like a strainer?
yes. And yeah, just put. I'm gonna get that and put it in this. I'm gonna put this in the sink and then just pour the chicken out and just strain the water out, basically. Yeah. So. Oh, it won't melt the. Oh, okay. We're gonna do. This is how I do it. I have a lid. See, on my pot, I have a lid that goes on top of the pot here. I have a lid that attaches on top.
Okay, so what if you don't know, strainers typically fit the pot, so you can just put it like that, and then you flip it over, and then all your stuff here, right, stays inside the pot, so you don't have to do all the splattering and.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Some of those hacks I did not know that. I did not know that. Today I learned something. But I didn't know that because like I said, I have a lid that attaches. It's an attached strainer for my pot.
Got it. Heard.
Okay, so now this is my
You're for real mind blown.
Damn.
Oh, you're about to get even more mind blown because let me tell you how I shred my chicken.
Oh yeah.
Because homie don't play all this work. So.
Talk to him, Raquel.
So. Okay, sorry.
This is how we cook.
We were shushing our mom.
Yeah.
You know, no disrespect.
No excuses for it. Do you have a different attachment?
No.
Like a hand mixer?
Which kind of? What? Wait, what? That's what I thought you wanted.
I mean, that will work.
Okay. What? Do you want the whisk attachment?
No. The old school, like, no.
That's the paddle attachment. It's the same thing.
Okay. All right. That works. This works.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Yes.
How I shred my chicken, because you can use a knife and like
A fork and
or a
knife,
fork and knife and
Yeah,
shred
yeah.
it that way, or hot pot, or you can take your chicken breast, and I guess I didn't say how many we're using here.
It'll all amounts
Okay.
and the recipe will be in the description.
Wonderful. Okay. And I keep my garlic,
So this had bay leaf, garlic, onion powder in it,
salt, and olive oil.
salt and olive oil.
Okay, so this pot's done. Excuse me. Okay. So, this is the fun part. You literally just
Let me help you.
Oh, that's okay. Yep, bring that baby down. And I use like you can use any kind of
A
mixer.
hand mixer is what
Yeah.
she normally uses.
Yeah. But you just okay. So this is just the first initial, but look at that. It's like, and then you might need to like swoop it around a little bit. The hand mixer I have is really powerful. Let's see here. I'm gonna. Okay, so it's a lot of fun because it just it gets it perfect, and it really tears it apart. So let's see here. So you see that?
And we had some you already had some shredded.
Yep, I also had some pre-shredded chicken that I shredded with at home. So that is that. We'll put those aside. That's her dog who likes to kill people or try to make them trip and fall to their death. Bailey?
Okay, anyway.
Okay. Now I'm gonna get the bean soup going before I really start frying, before I warm up my tortillas, because I want that to be cooking and warming up while I'm frying the flautas. So I've been warming up this hot this pot back here, so I'm gonna turn it down to like a low since it's.
And what was it heating up at?
It should be heating up at like 5.
So medium.
Yeah, about medium. I had it on high. But, so black beans, I'm going to pour those in there. Boom. Okay. Then green chilies and diced tomatoes. Not drained. And then also I'm going to add the bacon and onion knife. Okay. And then I like to add just a little bit of water.
We have a measuring cup.
Like half a cup of water.
Let me get you the wet measuring cup.
Oh, okay.
So, fun fact, wet ingredients are measured in this guy. Okay? For wet ingredients. Oh, sorry. Kim's letting me know this is how you do this. This is for dry ingredients. So,
Then
how much you said, half a cup?
half a cup. Yep. I also like to put in some spicy taco seasoning, or you can put just regular taco seasoning, but I like to give it a little kick.
You may add it to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then you can let that sit there and cook while you
Do you
start.
want a lid?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So it stays.
And I'm gonna put it, actually, I put it at like, yeah, about medium. You wanna keep it at medium. I just turned it down low because I realized I had the pot on really high, so. So that's cooking. So I just got done warming up my tortillas for about 2 minutes. It depends on your wattage or your microwave. You don't want them to like get so hot they're again sticking together. So 1.5 to 2 minutes. And then I also warmed up the chicken that I made last night, and a little trick is, so your chicken's not dry, I added a splash of water into the chicken before I put it in the microwave, and I warmed it up for about a minute. So I've already got also, I'm gonna just add this chicken in here to mix it together.
Let me know how you need me to help with it.
I'll dump that bowl.
Okay.
The other thing is you want to have something to put your flautas in when they're done frying. So we're using this today. You can use a casserole dish, whatever dish you want. Just something that is ceramic or glass, even metal, I suppose, where it can take that kind of heat. So I'm gonna have that right here. My oil is, it's been warming, but I'm gonna crank it up to about 5.
So it was warming at low.
It was warming at low, and now I've brought it up to 5 because if you keep it at a high, if you get your oil warming up at a high temperature, it's going to get too hot and make your room smoke. It's just gonna get too hot.
It's gonna burn.
It's gonna burn. So just keep it warm. Everything's very hot too, so just be mindful of that. I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap my
Corn tortillas.
corn tortillas here. So what I do, and a pan like this you can fit about 2. So I'm going to take my chicken and yeah. So depending on how big your palm is, you want it to fill like you're making, like you'd want to fill a taco basically. And then what I do here is I put that, put one end down, and then I just tuck it with my thumb, and then I just continue to roll it, and I kind of use the edge here as just where I hold my flauta, and then I take my tongs and I put it this side down because it's like a seal. It's like licking an envelope. So
The oil's gonna lick the tortilla.
yeah, and you want to hear that good sizzling sound. That means your pan is hot. That means your oil is ready. And I'm gonna go ahead and get another one going in here. I try to cook about 2 at a time. And if you can do more than that, wonderful. You can use your plate as just kind of your rolling board and everything. And one trick is when you put it down on the pan, it starts to want to unfold, just use your tongue to hold it down in place, and then it'll keep it there. When they're frying, you just want to keep an eye on the bottom. It's kind of like a pancake. You want to look for those golden brown edges underneath. And you just don't want to burn it. So if you start it to getting a really dark brown, time to flip it. But that nice golden brown color is really what you're looking for. Usually about a minute or so. I'm going to go ahead and stir my beans. It's good to stir your soup occasionally as well. Smelling good.
What's the pan like in the pan?
If it tries to unfold when you're flipping it, just hold your tongue on top of it, hold it down, and it'll stay in place. These aren't quite ready to do that, but when I turn these, I'm going to be holding it down on each side. So just to kind of get those side edges nice and crispy. So that's what I'm doing right now. I don't know if you can, but I'm holding it sideways like that, and I'm just okay.
It picked up the heat.
That's a good sensor. Yeah. If you prefer to put a paper towel down on your bowl, you can. I just let it go. I'm gonna get these sides on this one, and then I just repeat this process of, you may, again, there's going to be a point I know where I'm going to have to add some more oil. Another tip is just to keep your own eye on the temperature of your oil. There's going to be times where you're going to maybe need to turn it up, turn it down. Just be mindful of it getting too hot or not being hot enough during the process.
And how do you know if it's too hot?
If it's too hot, you're going to get a lot of smoke up in the air, it's gonna brown like way quicker and it won't get crispy enough. So you're just gonna see it brown really quickly and you're gonna see smoke coming up from your pan. So just to give you an idea of what color the flautas should be, it's just this kind of consistent golden brown all throughout on each side, and you can poke it, it'll be crispy. So,
and this is kind of where she knew her oil started getting too hot, so
yeah.
she dropped it down a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are still gonna taste yummy.
Oh yes. So we've separated out some of the Pico de Gallo just to have as its own topping on top of the flautas, and this is about how much we have left for 2 avocados. So I'm going to add this to, I'm going to cut the avocado open and add it to the Pico de Gallo mix to make our guacamole. So I just scooped out the avocado and put it into the bowl here. And you can use a fork and you just kind of smash it together with there's also all sorts of specific tools for this that it makes it a lot easier, but this is definitely one way to get it done. And depending on how chunky you like your guacamole, that's going to determine how much you mash it up, or how smooth you like your guacamole. Kind of like a little bit in between. So just keep mashing until it's to your liking. Okay. So once the flautas were done, then I took the beans off the heat and I put them in a bowl. And you can add just a spoon for that. And then this is the finished product of the flautas. And so now I'm going to prepare a plate, just how you would normally set up. Yeah, normally set up your flautas. So I'm gonna grab. I usually eat about 2.
Oh, I guess the clock told me to use.
And then this is the finished product of the guacamole. And I just mashed it up continuously like this with the fork until it was to my liking. Again, I like it a little bit chunkier. If you like it smoother, just continue mashing until it's the consistency you like. And then also added some salt and lime. So I like to just kind of layer some toppings on top of here. I'll put my
That's the set aside Pico de Gallo.
Yep, this is set aside Pico de Gallo. That on there. I like to add some sour cream. This is just pretty traditionally how it's set up. And then I like to add some lettuce. You can use regular iceberg lettuce. You can do whatever kind of lettuce you want on top. And then I like to just spoon some beans on here. Let's see. That's okay. And that's it.
So this is flautas with charro beans, and thanks Raquel for showing us how you make it, and now we're gonna eat and enjoy our drinks and food.
Cheers.
I hope that you guys enjoy it, you give it a try, and if anything, just thanks for enjoying this moment with us.
Yep.
From our family to yours. Have a good one.
Bye.